so number 10, for the best moments of the Premier League season is going over to Sheffield United season. It weren't really the best season for Sheffield United, but I'm going to make it as the best moment because, they finished 8th last season and now look at them, they were bottom of the league, they're now a championship club once again, and they did win their final game. They only got around 23 points, and it wasn't really that good, but still, it was still a season at the end of the day. Even though you finished bottom, you still could come back next season into the league. You never know, and that is my number 10 spot. Number 9 is Leicester City bottling top 4. That's probably not going to be a best moment, but this has got to be probably. Look how far they've come in 2 seasons. At least they're still in the Europa League. They're FA Cup winners, so that means they are in the Europa League definitely. They did lose to Tottenham 4-2, and that's got to be probably winning the FA Cup for Leicester. It's probably got to be one of the best things as a Leicester fan life since they won the Premier League, and that one is my number 9 spot. Number 8, St Tottenham's Day. Finally, Tottenham have finished above Arsenal once again, and after beating Leicester 4-2, Arsenal still did win anyway. But then that means they are in the UEFA Conference League, which is the brand new Europa League. So there's probably going to be a party now for Tottenham fans for finishing 7th in the league. It's not really a big achievement, but they still are in the Europa League, and that is my 8th position. Number 7 is Manchester United 1, Tottenham 6. This has got to be probably one of the best. This has probably got to be one of the weirdest scorelines that you'll ever see. Tottenham 6, Man United 1, and in November, then that means that they were top of the league, and Tottenham now are now 8th. They finished 8th and United finished 2nd. Really? So this has really got to be a weird scoreline. And that is my number 7th position. Number 6 is Leeds United's season. After losing 3-0 to Crawley in January, then that means they just suddenly started winning games. They started winning loads of games, but they beat us 3-0 at Villa Park, and I'm not going to talk about that. But we beat them at Ellen Road, but we still finished below them. Literally. But Leeds, ever since that performance, they've just been playing really well, and I really want Leeds to get Europa League next season. I don't even know why, but that's the number 6 position. Number 5 is Villa's position as well in the league. We finished 11th after surviving last season. Woo! We survived last season, but we finished 11th. But there is something else in this top 10 list that I have not shown yet, and I'm not going to tell you yet. But Villa's season, it's been. They've had some good performances and they've had some really bad performances. Just like our last 2 games when we beat Tottenham and we beat Chelsea. And number 5 is Villa's season as well. Number 4 is Thomas Tuchel rebuilding Chelsea. When Frank Lampard got sacked, Thomas Tuchel was coming in, and they finished top 4, even though losing to Villa. Leicester also did lose, but Chelsea literally just played so well since Thomas Tuchel came in. They didn't lose many games, but the one game that they did lose, and they were probably going to be embarrassed about, was the West Brom game, and they've got the Champions League final next weekend. I don't know if I'm going to be making a match reaction on that, but you never know. And the number 4 position is Thomas Tuchel rebuilding Chelsea. Number 3 is Manchester City being champions. Since January, they've probably won like nearly 30 games, but they lost to Leeds, they've lost to Brighton, and I don't even know who else they've lost to. But well done to Manchester City from losing loads of games, and then since the Chelsea game where they won 3-1, they just started scoring and just started winning again. And Ruben Dias and John Stones is probably one of the best centre-back pairings in the Premier League, and this is the number 3 spot, I think. Yeah, number 3. Number 2 is Aston Villa 7, Liverpool 2. I was going to make this at number 1, but there's something else so good that is at the number 1 spot. We dominated Liverpool that day. Thank Ollie Watkins with a hat-trick. This is not a match review. I don't even know what I'm doing. Ollie Watkins scored a hat-trick anyway against Liverpool. And then Liverpool clinched top 4 on the final day of the season because Leicester lost. And this is number 2 spot. This gets the silver medal. I think really this should have got the gold medal, but there is something else that is so good at the number 1 spot. But this is a number 2 spot, and I really should have put this at number 1. Oh my god, this is number 1. This is number 1. Alisson scoring against West Brom. Let's get this over with. Number 2 is the Villa score. Number 1 is also Liverpool. I think we've had so much Liverpool stuff, and Alisson came up for a corner, scored a header, and the reason why that moustache came in was because he was remembering his father who died, and he scored for his father. He scored for his father, which was probably really nice of him. And this has got to be probably the number 1 spot. This is definitely the number 1 spot. And there we go, the 10 best moments of the Premier League season. And there we are at number 1. It's Alisson's goal versus Liverpool.